My Hero Academia has dropped what I consider to be the perfect Shigaraki scene that fully shows how Hero Society created the need for someone like him to truly change it, and how he is a hero in his own right. Let's analyze My Hero Academia's perfect Shigaraki moment. Now, leading up to this moment, Deku's main goal in defeating Shigaraki is to try and reach out to the part of Shigaraki that still wants to be saved. So, chapter 418 begins with Vestige Deku at the core of Shigaraki's origin, the memory of the night his decay quirk emerged, and him ending the lives of his entire family. Seeing that Tenko was going to end the life of his sister in the memory, Izuku, knowing that the memories within the realm materializes, he intervenes, reaching out to Tenko, grabbing his hands, stopping Tenko from reliving this nightmare, changing the outcome of what happens, showing Shigaraki that despite what happened that night, it wasn't what he actually wanted. Deku's intervention here, sacrificing both of his arms, acts as a major callback to the sports festival where Deku tells Todoroki that he isn't his father, sacrificing his fingers and arms in the process to make Shoto embrace his fire side. All Might later telling him that giving help that's not asked for is part of what makes a true hero, bringing it full circle to this very moment with Shigaraki and the sacrifice he makes with both of his arms. Remember, Deku knows that in this realm everything materializes, so what happens in the realm affects him in real life. So him sacrificing and losing both of his arms shows us how far he's willing to go just to save Tenko. Tenko, rejecting what Deku is trying to show him, tells Deku that I did this, I chose this, it was my choice to destroy this house and my family, otherwise what's the point of these hands? Who else would ever validate my existence given the way I am? Shigaraki here is quite literally following the ongoing theme of the League of Villains all being victims of Hero Society, as he believes that chasing destruction would justify why he destroyed his family, since it was ingrained in him by his father that heroes hurt their families to protect others, plus no one helping him because of the oversaturation of heroes, making him believe that he was being punished for what he did, with it being further drilled into him by All For One that his actions made him lust for destruction, that he was a villain who would become a symbol of fear. Society and All For One doubled down on justifying that what he did made him evil, that this was all he was good for. But in reality, Tenko, as Deku noticed, was still wavering on the edge. On one hand, he felt a powerful hatred and catharsis that was weighed against his feelings of grief and confusion on what was happening. And at Tenko's most delicate and malleable state, no one, not a single soul, in a society overflowing with heroes had reached out to help until now. When Deku has his I am here moment, it isn't displayed as this big 2-page spread. Instead, it's displayed in a more smaller panel showing how personal this all is between the two of them, and especially for Deku. A stark contrast between All Might's I am here moments, where it's displayed in a more big, bold, and heroic fashion that takes up a whole page or two, as when All Might does it, it shows his words reflect that of the symbol he is known for, and the peace he's brought to the world and those he's saved from villains. So Deku's I am here acts more personal rather than grandiose like All Might's, as Deku is here to save his greatest villain, bringing peace to Shigaraki. He is specifically here for Tenko. That brings us to what I believe makes this chapter so perfect. Shigaraki relives his memory at the park playing with Mikun and Tomo, and they ask him to be All Might when playing heroes. Shigaraki smiles, excited, but then his smile slightly drops, looking content, and he looks over and says, nah, cause I'm a villain. I fight in the name of evil to destroy. Doesn't matter if you stamp out my hatred, even if I wind up hollow, the villains need a hero of their own. For the most part, My Hero Academia has always shown the perspective of those who want to be heroes, heroes who serve others and want peace. But what chapter 418 shows is the literal opposite of just that, the duality of Hero Society. This scene at the playground harkens back to when Tenko's only dream was to become a hero in service of others. But after truly experiencing how society treated those who didn't fit in the norms of this world of heroes, Shigaraki and Deku are then surrounded by the League of Villains, a group of victims who all found each other, accepted each other for who they were, and were able to call the League home because of society rejecting them. It's important to note that Dabi was rejected by his father, Endeavor, a literal hero, because he wasn't born with the ideal quirk, and Toga was rejected flat out by everyone in society because her quirk naturally made her attracted to blood, something that isn't viewed as normal despite this world being full of random quirks that make everyone different. When quirk counseling didn't work and she couldn't handle being what society viewed as normal anymore, she was labeled a monster, a freak, a villain. Shigaraki, being a byproduct of Hero Society's rejection, rose up and became a hero to the victims who were also left behind by it. Even though society will still look at Shigaraki as a villain because of what he and the League have done, he's content with it. He embraces his role in this war, since Hero Society created the need for someone like him to exist in order to truly make a difference in the world, which is why we see people who want Shigaraki to win, showing the duality of this superpowered society, that it isn't just a hero society where everyone is good and wants the heroes to win, but a villain society as well. The rejects of society have someone to rally behind. They know how it feels and want Shigaraki to destroy it all. And in this cruel twist of fate, Tenko still got to live out his dream, becoming a hero in service of those rejected by society, a hero for the villains. Let me know your thoughts on what I believe to be the perfect scene for Shigaraki in My Hero Academia. Honestly, I've been loving everything that's been going on recently within the final arc. And yes, I've seen the leaks and I've been enjoying that too. But if you enjoyed today's video, then be sure to smash that like button. And if you're new to the Kiroki channel, then be sure to subscribe to the channel to not miss any My Hero Academia related videos. With that said, stay safe and I'll see you all in the next one.